Hello and welcome to a Mr. Huff and Puff screencast. During this cast, I'm going to try and construct a model answer for you on one of the GCSE PE questions. I'll talk through my thinking, I'll talk through my thought processes about how to construct this question. I haven't practiced this question, I've marked it a number of times. One of the reasons I haven't practiced it is because I want to try and do it as live and as natural as I possibly can, because I may make mistakes that you guys may have made at the same time. So hopefully this will be useful for you. As you can see, it's an exam question here. It's a 3-marker down here, and as we've talked about in some of our lessons, the key for a 3-marker is to use our peel concept. Okay, so I'm just going to write peel across here. P-E-A-L. And for students that I teach, you know that that is standing for point, explain or example, analyze, and then link, so like a conclusion. If you're able to do a good 3-mark question, then will be better at 6-mark questions and 9-mark questions. So let's start with the question. Platelets are produced by the skeletal system, so that's a statement. Explain, using one example, why platelet production is important to a sports performer. So let's look at some key things. Command word, explain. So it wants you to explain what is happening. All right. It wants one example, which is why it's in bold, and it wants an example. All right, so that's important. And then the key question is why platelet production is important to a sports performer. So let's break it down. P. Okay, what is the point? All right, now we're looking at platelets. So basically, what do platelets do? Platelets help to clot the blood. Apologies for my handwriting. I'll try and make it as clear and as possible for you as well when I'm constructing this answer. Okay. Oh, what's happened here now? Sorry, it's the old iPad. I'll zoom in a bit for you as well. Maybe I knew something go wrong, but hey, stick with me. Okay, so platelets help clot the blood, and that is worth 1 mark. I'm going to zoom out in a touch more. There we go. Come on, Mr. Huff. Okay, so 1 mark for platelets help clot the blood. That is a P. Okay, what is that point? Okay, 1 mark. I'll do another session on assessment objectives, AO1, AO2, AO3. So for a 3-marker, it wants 1 AO1, 1 AO2, and in this case, it wants another AO2. Okay, but it breaks it down for various assessment objectives. So there's the 1 mark. Okay, now let's put in an E, an example. Now you could do this on your exam paper. All right, I don't see any reason why you can't write P-E-A-L down the side and fill in those sections. All right, so example, platelets help clot the blood. Let's think of an example now, as it says here, in sport. I'm going to pick rugby. Now you're going to try and link this as closely as you can as a paragraph as you do in English. All right, so platelets help clot the blood, 1 mark. For example, so there's the connective. In rugby, a player may be tackled and receive, see, spelling straight away, receive a cut which they need to stop bleeding. All right, so there's your example as well. Platelets help to clot the blood, 1 mark. Okay, that's your AO1. Now I want the example. So, for example, in rugby, a player may be tackled and receive a cut which they need to stop bleeding. So you've explained how the platelets are then working in an example. Why now apply, analyse, okay, up to here. Why would this be important for a rugby player? Well, if the cut does not stop bleeding, what's going to happen? They're going to be taken off the field of play. They won't be able to play anymore. All right. So, for this example, to finish this off, for example, a rugby player may be taken to receive a cut, which they may need to stop bleeding, so they can continue to play without a loss of blood. Okay, and there you would have your answer. So let's go here. Okay, there's your A. All right, from there, and that is how you would construct a 3-mark answer. Other ones you could have could be example, platelets help the blood to clot, 1 mark. For example, if a performer had an accident resulting in a cut a few days before a competition, let's say athletics, the platelets would block the cut, and that's your first AO2. This would mean they were able to still take part in the competition, as the bleeding would have stopped before the cut had become infected in the water. And that's what it's really looking for. And in the mark scheme, you get 1 mark for the platelets to stop the blood, okay, and then up to a couple of marks, 2 marks, an example, a sporty example, and then why this is important to a sports performer. So you can continue to play without a loss of blood. All right, that's key. All right, in this example. Hopefully that makes sense and you understand that. Feel free to leave me a message on the YouTube channel if you so wish, and I'll construct a few more answers as well for you. Subscribe to my podcast and some other areas, and that's the phone, and that means I've got to go. Thank you for listening to Mr. Huff and Puff.